So we here at Winning Solutions have a lot of templates, and one of the templates is our login database. And like most of our templates, they're small and they're made to be imported and used in other applications as well. So if you open up the login database, there's not a whole lot to see right here. We'll come to a main menu, employee maintenance, set up employees or users, username and password. And of course, the password should be encrypted and, it shouldn't be ABC, but for demonstration purposes.
It'll pop up a login form and notice that it's modal, meaning I can't click outside of it, which is what we want. I'm going to enter one of the users and log in to get back to the main screen. Same thing here.
And I want to make sure that we have, it's J Brown, ABC. Okay. Brown, Smith is an administrative user and Brown is not. And then that's going to be important because I want to show you two things. I'm going to show you how you can make this part of another application, and also, of course, how we can use the admin features. So we're going to show you this on just a generic database we have here. But the point is, there is no user login to this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the login template and we're going to attach it into this database. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to external data, new data. We're going to import from Access. So we're going to choose a login modern database here. We're going to import tables, queries, etc. But let's bring in the employee table and let's bring in all the forums. We don't need the full login. We'll leave that one. We're just going to use the regular login box for this. And everything's coming successfully. And so now we're going to actually program this, bring up the login menu, and if a login is successful, we'll bring up the main search form. And now what we're going to do is right now, when the database starts up, it's not going to anything. What we want to do, we want it to come to the form login. We want to display form login when it first starts up. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. And now we're going to go into the code for the login, but there's really not much to change here. The only difference is right now we have it opening that sample of main menu. We're just going to change this to FRM. Oh, it's search for. That's the form that we are. Now, right now, we're not making any distinction between regular and admin. Look into that. For the time being, let's just get the basics going here. So I'm going to, in fact, let's go ahead and close this and reopen it so we can see it go right to the form login. All right, so it came up, it went right to the login. Okay, and you see it brings up once we log in. And by the way, if we close this and start over, you notice again this is a modal window. I can't do anything. I can't go into I can see the access objects, but it doesn't matter. I can't go into them anyway. So let's go ahead and log back in. And now we could do everything that we could before. We have this search form as the main menu. Yes, that's part of it. Let's make a little distinction here. Let's say if a person's not an admin, then they can't delete. We're not going to delete this right now anyway, but we're going to disable the delete button if that's the case. Let's require a little bit more programming here. What we're going to do is we're going to go back into the login form here. Now we already have RS admin. RS admin is going to be true or false. So what we're going to do is open forms. FRM hidden is the form that this holds all of the values. It tells me what's not normally seen. But let's go back into, in fact, actually, no, we're not going to put it in log. We're going to put it in the open form for the search form. So in the form open, what we're gonna see is this forms from hidden.
If the hidden value holding the admin user is true, then we'll enable the delete button. Otherwise, it will be false. So that's the code that opens the main form. So let's go back in and go to the login.
And we're going to log in as the same non-administrative user. And we see that the search form opens, but that delete button is disabled. If I go, close this, do it normally via back to login screen, but we're kind of shoehorning the login form in here. So let's go back to the login form. This time we're going to use the admin user. Now you see the delete button is backwards. It's enabled again. So this is how you could take the login form template and leave it as it's meant to be used to create a login scenario for another application. Now, again, I want to emphasize when you have the full copy of the login form template, you can customize it. Doesn't have to be an admin or non-admin. You can have 2, 3, 4 levels of security. You can have all sorts of customization to the login form, to the menus, that kind of thing. These things are meant to be customized and adapted. So I hope you found this useful. Login security, it's very important these days. Make sure you lock down your application to people who shouldn't be using it.